Dude, are they still mad about burnt peanut? Oh no. So we've had a new episode of Hose Mad, and people are mad at Burnt Peanut. Burnt Peanut was the most watched Twitch streamer in January, beating Asmongold, Hassan, and XQC. Good for him. W. Amazing. I've seen his streams. They're great. So he's been doing really well. He's doing good for himself. He's popping off. He's doing work. Everything like that. He's a popular streamer. Yeah, bungalators. Exactly. So instead of being happy for another guy's success, instead of being happy for somebody who's, you know, like working hard and being consistent and everything like that, they're making up bullshit. They're saying that he is a view botter. This dude is a view botter. There's no way he randomly comes out of nowhere, gets popular in the normie space, peaks out of 100,000 viewers, yet his chat is more stale and dead than someone with under 500 viewers. Also, I got permabanned for saying viewbotting. He's not trying to defend himself. Why the fuck would he have to defend himself about you?
They're gonna clip whatever I say anyways. Might as well make it good. You guys mind if I be a little unhumble for a second? I don't like being unhumble. I just like hanging out with you boys and gaming, but I kind of got to. Just for like a second, guys.
That's the same
It's not gonna
shit
be too
I say.
crazy. I just kind of got you. Guys, I call view botting the loser's topic. That's what I call it.
Yep.
You have too many viewers, not enough likes, you're view botting. You have too many viewers, you have too many likes, you're like botting. You have too many viewers, you don't have enough
It's so obvious whenever somebody's actually view botting, by the way. Like, anybody who actually understands data knows that's the case.
subscribers, you're view botting. You have too many viewers, too many subscribers, you're subscribe botting. You have too many viewers on Twitch, you don't have as much viewers on Kick, you're view botting on Twitch. If you have too many viewers on YouTube, but you don't have as many viewers on Twitch, you're view botting on YouTube. You can spin it any way you can. At the base of it, it's hope.
That's right. At the base of it, it is hose mad, hose jealous, people that are trying to tear somebody down because they don't like what that person represents for whatever reason is out there. That's it.
The base of the argument, it's cope. There's no way to prove anyone is view botting or if they're not. There's no way to prove it.
Well, there is. I mean, you can't, I think that there are degrees of certainty. There are definitely degrees of certainty with viewbotting. Like, for example, with F Extra Life, it was very obvious. Well, that was embedding, to be fair. But, like, with other streamers, like, there are, like, telemetry points that you can use. It is. And like, there are, like, acceptable levels and unacceptable levels. Like, you can be, let's say, 10% sure. You can be 90% sure. To say that there's no variation is not true. But there is, like, very rarely can you actually approach and actually reach 100%.
Either way it is. It's up to even an OnlyFans lady only appeals to, like, 50% of the population that likes pussy.
Yeah.
This is a real loser topic. You're appealing to human jealousy?
Yeah.
That's been around since since they invented the wheel. Of course your post is going to blow up. It's a bunch of other losers coping at the same time all together. It's like a party.
Absolutely. And that's it. And the other reason why is that you have to keep in mind that once you understand that most hate on the internet is actually self-therapy in disguise, everything else begins to make a lot more sense. So basically, the reason why people like the idea of tearing down Peanut is because he's a person who's built his success as something that is totally intrinsic to his own personality. There's nobody who can say that, oh, well, I can't afford an expensive VTuber rig. Oh, I'm not a girl. Oh, I'm not an attractive woman, so I can't do it with a webcam. Oh, I'm not a very good, I'm not a very good video game player. There is nothing that is holding anybody back from being the next Burnt Peanut. And that's the reason why they hate him. They hate him because he represents their own mediocrity. Because every single person deep down inside knows that they could probably do what Burnt Peanut is doing in terms of function, right? There's no barrier to entry preventing them from making a Burnt Peanut style VTuber model and then streaming Arc Raiders. But why is it that he's successful and they're not? Well, they have to come up with a reason for that removes their own accountability from the equation. And what is that equation? Viewbotting. Or variable, I guess. What is that variable? It's viewbotting. That's it. And once you understand the psychology of Twitter haters, everything else makes sense.
how it works. I mean, come on. I mean, is there
motion?
anything lower? Is there anything lower? Jesus.
Oops.
Anyways, is there anything lower? Is there anything lower? Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, is there anything lower? Let me expand on that. Again, I hate to be unhumble. I hate it. But guys, we switched to Brazilian servers.
Somebody says you and Burnt Peanut are very talented to yap for hours. No. Yapping for hours is not an intrinsic talent. Like, for example, there are women who are just very attractive. Like, it's spawn RNG whether a woman has big boobs or not, right? I mean, it is. It's spawn RNG. So if you're a woman and you're born and you're ugly, you have an innate biological disadvantage. This is an insurmountable innate biological disadvantage. There will always be things that, attractive women will have an opportunity to do that you will never have an opportunity to do because of straight up spawn RNG. That's the way it is. And so all women are beautiful? Sure, right? And so anyway, my point is that, and this is the same with guys too, obviously, like with height, for example. Like if you're a 5'2" guy, your life, you spawned on hard mode. You spawned in Fortnite and you opened up a chest and it was a gray pistol. Actually, it wasn't. It was ammo for a gray pistol. That's it. That's all you got. Oh, and maybe you got one of the dancing bombs too. And that's it. That's all you get. And so, at least I'm 6 foot, exactly. And so there are all of these RNG elements. And so what people on Twitter like to do is they like to attribute their lack of success to RNG elements in life and then blame those RNG elements instead of the things that they can control. That's my point.
Switched to European servers. We switched to a server called Oceanic.
That's the
I don't even know
difference.
what the fuck that means. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I can't find a single fucker on any continent on this planet that doesn't know who we are.
There it is.
And you're saying I view button. Sorry, I had to get on humble right there. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I had to.
It's obvious. It's obvious. I think it's 100% view botting now. Retards, bro. Retards. Well, I'm going to say you're view botting. I'm right or you're lying. Okay. Great talk. Good conversation. Very productive. And so anyway, but talent is under spawn RNG. What are they doing just to cope? I'm confused. Talent is not always spawn RNG. Talent is something, and also talent is something that is manifested and it's also refined. So for example, like you can look at videos that I did when I was like 15 or so. They're not as good as the videos that I do now. At least I'd hope so. I'd hope people would feel that way. You can look at videos I did maybe 10 years ago. I don't think that in a lot of cases they're as good as what I do now. And so as time goes on, you improve. I think that even you can look at other streamers, right? Look at the content that, a lot of us were making in 2018 and compare it to now. I think in a lot of cases we've improved. We have, and things have gotten better overall. And so, you're 26? No, I was 26 a long time ago. And anyone followed Arc Raiders? Streamer Wars said he ruined the game because of his fans, and now he's a viewbotter. Yeah, definitely. Personally, I think the guy's loud and annoying and in for a very young audience, but hating on him for his achieved fame is really retarded. Not everybody is gonna. Not everybody. Every streamer is for everybody. Not every streamer is for everybody, and that's fine. I mean, there are a lot of streamers that are popular that I don't really like either. I'm not going to give names because I don't want to encourage hate for them. But in a general sense, I think that's true. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the problem, though, is whenever you take your disagreement or dislike with a certain streamer, and then you basically say, okay, well, I don't like this person for this reason. Now nobody can. Now nobody should have this opinion. And I think that's the toxic thing, and that's the problem. Here's the reality. A lot of people that are watching old Burnt Peanut, they're sitting there with their dick in their hand, and he's on the second monitor. That's really what's going on. They're not thinking about that. He's streaming at 4 in the morning. Do you think all these people, like all the Australians, are trying to type up a little storm? Absolutely not. They're sitting there chilled the fuck out. Like anytime I'm streaming late at night, I'll tell you something. Late night streaming is something special. because you can just sit there and like nobody gives a fuck about anything. Barely anybody is typing. Like you are just like fucking chilling. And the fact is, that's the way it is. Stream Elements, yeah, Stream Elements, replies, etc. So yeah, he's doing pretty well. Now, is there some view botting that could be happening? I think that with a lot of streamers, there is a chance that view botting is occurring. But I don't think that with Burnt Peanut that it's occurring to a degree that is substantial. So I'm going to pull it up here, right? Twitch tracker. So this is the way you can find out whether somebody's popping off or not. So where is he here? There he is. There's a fucker. All right, probably too common. Yeah, sure. So you can see he's gaining 1,000 followers an hour. This is an incredibly, like, gaining 1,000 followers an hour is an incredibly high. And also keep in mind here, he started in February. He had 13 viewers. Now he was building up, right? And you saw here he's building up. And then right here, this is whenever he had his pop off and he started doing really, really well. So this is, and he was streaming in 2022, insane spike. No, the reality is this is what happens for a lot of guys. It is. Like, he popped off really with Arc Raiders. He got really popular with one game. And a lot of people like watching him play Arc Raiders. And why is that? It's because he's entertaining. And so you look at right here, all of these follower accounts. You don't get these follower accounts if you are view botting, unless you think that he's also follow botting. But if he's also follow botting, that means that he's follow botting on a consistent, regular basis all of the time. Now, he hit streamer puberty. Well, this is what, yeah, no, unironically, that's what happens. And if you look at, for example, he's got motion. Yeah, he does. He's doing really well. Now, if I look at, for example, myself. Now, I'll look at myself. We'll see how I'm doing. So I'll pull up maybe, like, let's say there's this stream or this stream or this stream. So you can see this is what a normal graph looks like. You can see, obviously, I'm not getting anywhere near that type of followers, but you can see that the green bars are about the same. And you'll see again, the green bars are again about the same. So you can see this again and again. This is somebody did follow bot me right here. And this is what I wanted to show you guys. So a couple of days ago, I did get follow botted for 1,000 followers. This happened. This is what follow botting looks like. This is it. My bad? Yeah, dude, you've got to make it less obvious next time, man. Like, if you don't do this again, you're not getting the Bitcoin next time. I'm not sending it. This is fucked up. You're making me look like an asshole. So anyway, I was talking about something else. It was about a pizza. No, actually, not about a pizza delivery. It's about a barbecue chicken delivery, of course. And so anyway, so we've got, obviously a lot of people right here. You can see very, very clearly. You've got tons of people that are following over time, but that's what a follow bot looks like. And we saw that with Hassan's graphs as well, because people have follow botted him also. And so you can see right here, here's another one. You can see very, very clearly. And another one right here, and another one right here. So what you can look at right here is that Burnt Peanut, his graphs numerically are different, but organizationally are the same. That's it. That's what's going on. And so anyway, what's a follow bot? Someone as a bot to follow your channel. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Wasn't Peanut on the OTK streamer thing? I have no idea if he was or not. I wasn't really involved. So my point is, though, is that is Burnt Peanut view botting? Let's look at his YouTube channel. Let's pull this up. The burnt. So he has 1.4 million subscribers. He's releasing videos that are getting 300,000 views right here. And these are unique videos. These aren't his live broadcasts. You can see that his live broadcasts are also getting about 1 million viewers. And this is pretty average for YouTube. I think you can easily say that. So let's go ahead and let's look at the points on the graph, okay? Streams on YouTube are very high. Streams on Twitch are very high. Subscribers on YouTube are very high. Subscribers on Twitch are very high. Followers on YouTube are very high. Well, I guess followers, subscribers, followers on Twitch are very high. What is this? I think it's just motion. He gets 3K viewers on Kick? Yeah. He probably never promotes it. And also, Kick isn't a gaming... Like, the reason why I get a lot of viewers on Kick... There's a lot of reasons why I get a lot of viewers on Kick. But at the end of the day, jealousy's a bitch. That's it. He streams on Kick and X? Yeah, definitely. Is this popularity? Yeah, he's doing really well. Like, I don't see how anybody's surprised by this. Now, so the dude is a view botter. No way he randomly comes out of nowhere. Now, I want to pull up a few other guys, okay? Who else popped off? How the fuck do you spell Jinxie's name? The fuck does that even mean? So actually, I'll just look at channels. Where's Jinxie? It's not Jinxie. It's Queso. Oh, look at Queso. Queso, same thing. Are people calling Queso view-botted? No. Look at Queso. Queso had the same pop-off that Burnt Peanut did. You see that? You see this? Wow, look at that. And now let's look at Jinxie. Look at this. Damn, bruh. Damn, bruh. It's almost like the same thing. What the hell is this? What the fuck is going on here? Pirate Software popped off pretty fast too, didn't he? Let's take a look at that. Damn, bro. Like, wow. Damn. Look at that. That's a pop-off. Look at this. And so you can see somebody else. And now we're going to pull up some other people. Who else we got? Let's look at XQC whenever he popped off. Damn, bro. Wow. It's the same thing 5 years ago. Oh, shit. Damn, it's almost the same thing. Let's look at my old channel. Let's pull this up. Damn, bro, look at that. It's the same thing. Look at that. I popped off just like this, and I took a break. And then I popped off again and again and again. And so is everybody in the history of streaming all botting all the time? You can check Peanut on Google Trends. Dude's popping off. Yeah. And so what my point is that you get a hose mad situation with this individual. This is a hose mad situation because you don't know how to read a graph. You don't know what a graph is. I do. I know what a graph is. And I take this. What happened to your old channel anyway? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that at all. So let's see. There's some idiot typing in chat some bullshit. Not everyone, but there's definitely some view botting. There is view botting. There is. Let's look at Kai. Why don't we take a look at old Kai? Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat. How's he doing? Damn, that's crazy. Damn, wow. So look at this here. Look at this. See, he's popping off. Look at this. See? And he had a few really big pop-off months like this, right? I mean, look how big this is. So Kai's popped off. Popped the fuck off. Yeah, well, that was his one big stream, right? I mean, this fucks up the graph, to be honest with you. This is a bad example. I'm not going to use this example. Let's look at Hassan. See how Hassan's doing. How's he doing? Same thing. Same fucking thing. So let's get this straight. Burnt Peanut has the same graph as Hassan, me, XQC, Jinxie, Queso. Who else did I pull up? Pirate Software. And I think one other dude, I forgot who it was. But for some reason, when he pops off and now he's making a name for himself, now he's succeeding, now he's basically putting himself on the map, you got people trying to tear him down. In my opinion, I think this is just jealous ass bitches. That's all there is to it. So, Asmon, you deleted a FaZe talent. So I did delete, so somebody said that I deleted a FaZe Connect streamer. I want to say that the accusations are indeed accurate. So let me go back. I'll pull this up. Since we're talking about streamer drama, let's just go ahead and go to the next one. For anybody who actually has a girlfriend or a wife, let me explain what this is. So FaZe Connect is a VTuber org, and VTubers are like anime girls that are streamers, okay? And so one of the anime girl streamers said that Minecraft, who did an event that was basically trying to talk about, I guess, like civil rights and stuff like that, what the Minecraft event really did is that basically they were trying to launder the good reputation of, you know, like figures like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. They were trying to launder the good reputation of those historical figures through the current reputation of the animals in Minnesota that are running wild and terrorizing everybody in the name of stopping ICE. And this is very, very pretty much they set the stage for this at the beginning of the event, right? So what is stolen valor, exactly, right? So they take the good virtue of the civil rights movement, which was something for a righteous cause, and then they try to falsely equate themselves to it and say, well, this is what we were doing back then. And so they're trying to create a parallel there. And so one of the different people in FaZe Connect said that, why are we talking about politics in a block game like Minecraft? Why are we doing this? And so a lot of people got upset about this. And by a lot of people, I mean a handful of people got upset about this. And as a result of that, FaZe Connect then went and put out this statement saying that, you know, they are against racism, hatred, or bigotry, and that they apologize for any issues that were taken. Follow an internal review. So they made this girl take down her comments, and they implied that her comments were racist. So after that, obviously, everybody got really angry about this because there was another person inside of this same org. Her name was Clara, and she was actually celebrating Charlie Kirk being killed. But nothing ever happened with her. And I brought this up. I talked about it yesterday. I did. And now she's graduating. I told you guys I cared about education. See? Now I understand. Yes. And so Clara, and I don't think whataboutism. No, I don't care about that. I don't care about your Reddit. You're like, oh, but what about my Reddit word? What about my Reddit word? I don't care about that. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, what that girl said about Minecraft was right. She said something that was accurate, right, and true. There was nothing wrong with what she said. Now, you can say people should disagree with it, and you can say that she's wrong. But what she said was there's nothing wrong with what she said. Meanwhile, this disgusting bitch goes around celebrating that Charlie Kirk got killed for nothing. He got killed for nothing. He wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there talking. And so why is it that that person wasn't removed, but this person got, basically chastised and publicly, made fun of for this? Well, guess what? Now she's graduating. So a graduation post, people might not understand. This is another vocabulary thing. Graduation means that she's getting fired. It means that her IP, or not, I don't know about IP, but like her character is now no longer a part of FaZe Connect. So she effectively got kicked out. So that's it. That's left-leaning bias. The rules aren't being enforced evenly. Well, I mean, again, like, you know my viewpoint on all this stuff, right? And thank you for always supporting FaZe Connect. Calamari Clara will graduate from FaZe Connect on 2/26/2/28. So this is at the end of the month. And she'll be concluding her regular activities on both YouTube and Twitter. And so there it is. Social media accounts will become inactive. Her and her channel will remain available for 30 days. So she is getting gamaged. Don't insult calamari, bro. Well, I apologize, okay? Maybe I said it the wrong way. But, yeah, something like that. And so that's what happened. Rip Bozo, yep, that's right. Back to McDonald's, sending them all back. And she said this is in talks already, but it was one hell of a timing. It was in talks already? Well, I mean, how about that? All's well that ends well. Now, I also think that they should delete this post about the other girl, Jelly, because this post about her implies that she's a racist. It implies that this girl, Jelly, made a comment that was racist, bigoted, or it was a hate-filled comment. She did nothing of the sort. She did not say anything that was racist, that was motivated by hatred or bigotry at all. And by making a statement as a response to this, you are now tying her name to a slanderous accusation that's made by people who are just doing that because they don't like the fact that their political ideology is being challenged. You're effectively being a vehicle for these people to further malign, slander, and misrepresent your own talent, and you're being used as a vehicle for that. They should delete this post too. That's what I think they should do. Could she sue? I don't think so at all. But you see Pippa unfollowed you? Well, I don't know. I mean, and look, guys, people, anybody in FaZe Connect that's unhappy about what I'm saying, I'm right. Like, I'm right. Like, this isn't, like, I can understand, like, don't shoot the messenger here. Like, I'm just doing my job. Okay, this is what I do. So I don't know if Pippa was upset about it or not. I have no idea. But what matters to me is making sure that I'm being fair, right? I am being fair. And don't go away, Matt. Yeah, and I can see why she would be upset about it, because I did target her org, and I get it. But, I mean, I think that there's something larger at work here. And I think that, again, over time, people will realize that what I'm saying here is the morally correct thing to do. This is the morally correct and right thing to do. And at the end of the day, I can make sure, I can know that I did the right thing. They say you doxed a VTuber? Well, I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did. It was on Twitter. It was on Twitter. Everybody knew about this. Yeah, I just looked it up. It was the first result on Twitter. It's like I'm posting her fucking address. What's this? Yeah. Like, I don't doubt Pippa unfollow you, a manager unfollow you. It's not a big deal. I don't have any ill will towards Pippa. Like, that's fine. And I can understand that people like that, they'll feel like they're being attacked. I get it, right? Like, I'm the kind of guy, like, listen, I used to be in a Warcraft guild. I was a raid leader, and there were a lot of times where I had to hold people accountable, and I had to do things that I didn't really want to do. Like, this is the reason why I don't like covering drama with friends of mine, and it's also the reason why I never liked raiding with my friends. I never like making decisions with people that I feel like I'm emotionally attached to, because then that's going to affect my objective, good decision making. And so that's it. Well, General, yes, everything goes back to WoW. Everything goes back every single time. And so that's really it. Literally, what's this here? Show is still following you, type in a search bar? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, again, I don't have any opinion on that. I don't want to bring that up. I have no idea. So never go into business with family. Yes, definitely. Defended Pippa when she was in a similar position. Well, I don't know what happened. My point is, though, I think they should delete this post. Because this post is a misrepresentation, and it's a deliberate misrepresentation by people with ill will and bad intentions. And it is it is the result of that bad intentions. So that's the way I see it. And I'm glad to see this happen. I'm glad to see this girl suffer consequences, and I hope it gets worse. I think that people like her are parasites. I think they're awful people. And I think that you should do everything that you can to remind them of that fact on a regular basis. That's really the way I see it. I don't like them at all. And like raiding with friends? Then wasn't that what friends are for, playing together? I don't like having to make tough decisions with people that I care about. I already have to do that enough in my own real life. I'm already thrown into situations like that. Personally, right? Like, think about all the dramas that we had with OTK. Do you think I wanted to deal with any of that? I hated that. I hated that so much. And the reason why is because, but again, like, these were all my friends, right? These people I cared about. I really cared about these people. Like, if people were over at my house, like, I would call them regularly, I'd talk to them regularly. I don't want to have to do that. So why would I willingly sign up for another one of those experiences? I never would. So that's it. And I'm a very non-confrontational person. I don't like to do that at all. How long until Hololive's doing a VTuber company running at a profit? Well, I don't know if they're running at a profit or not. It's hard to say. But yeah. And raiding with friends equals still clearing heroic after 4 months? Yeah, definitely. Never shit where you eat. Exactly. Easy, choosing a side at least. I don't like to do that. Would you ever have a do-over with the OTK situation? I'll talk about that just for a minute. Now, I've said this before. It's not a new thing. I mean this in no form of exaggeration. Starting OTK was the most profound and largest mistake that I have ever made in my entire life. Yep, it was. It was the biggest mistake I have ever made in my whole life. And a lot of the reasons for that are personal reasons that you don't even know. That's the truth. Like, there were things that were very problematic and bad, and big mistake. No, and like what? I will give one example, but I don't want to give any more examples because they're personal and it's not part of the. It's not like, you know, I tell you guys a lot about me, but there are things that I reserve. So basically, for one of the reasons why I kind of kept streaming on a regular basis was because we had different contract obligations, right? We had different obligations to sponsors. We had different obligations to brands and things like that. And in the process of that, I neglected a relationship that I had. I was actually going to move in with this girl and, you know, like actually probably get married to her. And I ended up not doing any of that because I felt like I had to continue, working in the best interest of, that group. And so, like, that's probably the main one. Or not, I don't know if it's the main one, right? I mean, there's like more, like 4 or 5 of these, right? I would say. But like, that's the first one. And it was a big mistake. What was his name? Listen, bro. Everybody fucks up, right? It is what it is. Listen, that's all I'm saying. No, guys. You made plus 50%? You think so? And so anyway, that's one example, right? And, again, I'm not going to blame, and also I'm not going to completely blame OTK on that, but I am going to say that if that wasn't a factor, things would have happened totally differently. Things would have been completely different because also a lot of the stress and everything that I was dealing with from that made it harder for me to, have a relationship. So yeah, that was about it. Going back to this, FaZe Connect should delete this post. They should be embarrassed that they caved to these losers. And at the end of the day, I am so happy and so glad. Pippa unfollowed Ask. Oh, jeez, I don't even know about this. Fucking scum. Listen, no hate on Pippa. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I don't want to have any hostility or any hate to anybody. She's a very nice girl. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if it's true. So don't worry about it.